I'm gonna show you exactly what cut of meat I use for my deer jerky. We're gonna whip up the recipe for the brine. We're gonna let it soak, we're gonna put it in the dehydrator, we're gonna pull it out, we're gonna try it. It's really easy, it's really simple, so I thought you would benefit from it as much as I have benefited from enjoying my own deer jerky. I'm going on an elk hunt, hoping to get a bunch of deer jerky ready to enjoy while I'm hunting the elk, so I can then make more jerky yet out of elk. So come along with me, let's cut up some jerky. So you guys, here is the last day spike that I shot in order to fill my very last deer tag. And this will be, I've already made one batch of jerky with the big buck that my son killed. And you know what, I'm gonna throw him seeing that down below. But the particular cut that I use for my deer jerky is right down here with the rear hind quarter. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pop that off. We're gonna put it over here on the table. We're gonna cut it up, show you what's next. Oh, that's a nice buck.
There you have it, our first rear hind quarter put up out on the table for us to break down. Basically, as you're looking this over and you're beginning the process of breaking it down, you're going to be isolating the biggest pieces of meat that look like you can make a steak out of, just like this. You're going to go ahead and take a look and observe and see the direction that the muscle grain is moving in, because you're going to want to cut perpendicular or crossways from that grain to get a nice piece of jerky off that. Be sure to remove all the hair, the dirt, the grime, the bullet fragments, and everything else that would be unpleasant to eat, and begin to slice this stuff across the grain. The knife that I'm using right there is my Rapala fillet knife, which I butcher a lot of animals with. And just to give you an idea of the thickness of those jerky slices, you can take a look at that blade right there and see it's about 4 or 5 blade widths across. It's not a steak, but it's not a piece of paper either. So you're definitely going to still want a little meat on this after it gets dehydrating, so the jerky is at least somewhat substantial. Here's just another angle of me slicing up this jerky. You can see that I, in the most annoying fashion, left a small piece of muscle over that main muscle mass that I'm cutting up for the jerky. So do yourself a favor, and whenever you're cutting this stuff up, make it nice and clean and easy for yourself to take care of.
All right, we've been cutting meat for a couple hours and I am tired and cold, so we got enough jerky for right now, and I'm going to show you kind of what I use. And this is going to be kind of unhelpful because I don't measure anything, I just kind of pour it in. So if you want, you can just keep reviewing the video and see how much stuff I put in. So here we go. We got our bowl of meat, our somewhat finely sliced deer steaks coming off the rear quarter. Let's see, we got a little Cholula for a little spice, soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, some black pepper, paprika, liquid smoke, that's important, some granulated garlic, and lots of sugar. All right, what is that? Like, looks like about a cup of brown sugar. And then I get a little Cholula. We got our soy sauce. Yeah, that's pretty good. Here's our teriyaki sauce. Throw that in there. Liquid smoke. A little bit goes a long way. There you go. And black pepper. I really like black pepper. I like a little spice, and I think this is the best way to get a little spice on there. Some paprika. I don't have any smoked paprika, but I would have rather used smoked paprika rather than just the regular paprika. Got a little, well, or a lot of this just garlic. And that is pretty good. Got this fun little whisk. And we'll give that a stir. After it's all stirred up, we're just going to pour it right here over all this meat. Now the fun part, now we just get our pile of meat, roll up a sleeve, and start working it all in there. And do this for a minute or two just to make sure that every
every little side, every piece of this venison gets coated. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this brine. A lot of recipes call for brining it for only 4 hours. The batch I made before, I brined for 24 hours, and that was just because of my work schedule, and that's what I could do. So it doesn't hurt it to brine it for longer. Obviously, you're probably gonna get some stronger flavor on it, which I am not opposed to. There we go. So we'll let that brine for a couple hours, and then we're gonna get them on the dryer racks for our dehydrator, and then we'll see what it tastes like. All right, guys, this jerky has been marinating for over 4 hours, probably 5. The last batch I did, I marinated it for 24 hours, but it is ready to go. So we're going to take that out and lay it out on the food dehydrator. And wow, you're holding that crooked. It's pretty amazing. And then we're just gonna take it, we're gonna lay it out on our dry rack one at a time. All right, so now we've put all of these on the trays, and now we just need to put them on the food dehydrator. I got this American Harvest dehydrator. Actually, I got 2 of them. This one particularly has a thermostat down here at the bottom. It can go all the way up to 145, but I suggest doing it at 135 or right in between 125 and 135. All you do is just take your lid, pop it on, plug it in, and then all you do is wait for the right moisture content that you want. And we don't need to wait the 18 or 8 hours, whatever it's going to take to be able to do this, because I did some last night. So I'll show you what they look like. Kids, who ate my jerky? Well, as you can see, it's a huge hit. It's quite good, and I hope there's some left for my hunt that I'm going on next time. So there you go, deer jerky, start to finish.